Hi, this is Mike at Don's Johns. I'm making this video to attempt to document the operation of the ServMan GoLive procedure, and this is something we're hoping to automate with some kind of script that we could install on a user's desktop, and then they would just execute this script to run this sequence of operations that I'm about to demonstrate. On the left side of the video is our production server, and on the right is our ServMan testing server. So first we'll start SQL Management Studio on both of those. Then on the testing server, we're going to create a new blank database. Doesn't matter what we call this, let's call it TAC data. Then on my server, my production server, what we need to do is back up this data from our operational database. And we're going to use the export data function. And it's saying data source. We want to bring it from our operational database. And where do I want to put it at? I'm going to say DJSQL2K8-2, which is the testing server. And we're going to transfer this data into that blank database, which I just created. We're going to copy everything, all the tables. And we're going to run this immediately. This can take a few minutes to complete, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video at this time. Okay, that process of transferring the data is now complete. Obviously, it can take a little while, depending on how many users are accessing the server and the amount of data being transferred, which at this time is about 3 gigabytes. We'll go ahead and close that out. And over here on our ServMan testing server, you'll see that all of our tables on this empty database that I created earlier have now been filled with data. So what I need to do now is execute the ServMan stored procedure. First, we need to make sure that no one is logged into ServMan. For purposes of this video, I've gone ahead and I've got myself logged into ServMan. Let's go ahead and minimize that. And you can see when I ran my query that I'm logged in. So what we would need to do is administratively kick this user out by killing off the process IDs. Obviously, this is only applicable if the user is not available to say, hey, Joe, go log yourself out of ServMan. But if we were running this on an automated, in an automated format, then we would need a way to script getting them out of the database. So I'm just killing off all of the process IDs that are associated with me having this open copy of ServMan, which could be pulling data or something else from the database. And now that I took care of that, you'll see there's no more user activity. If I were to actually try to execute a command within ServMan at this time, it would give me a whole bunch of database errors because I've been kicked out. So now that there's no users in ServMan, we can run the stored procedure, which is saved here. And I need to assign the values. What do we call it? Tech data. So DB name, tech data, and then I need to put the date. According to the instructions they sent, it needs to be in YYYY MMDD format. So 20112 02 for the month and 17 for the day. Then I say OK. And now it's running the stored procedure, which is going to wipe out all the data in the ServMan 01 database and replace it with the data that I brought over from our operational database in the TAC data database here. It's also performing a bunch of other operations on here, data conversion and whatnot. This takes about 30 minutes to complete, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video again. And we're back. You can see the stored procedure has now completed. It took just over 33 minutes to run, and that has brought all of the data from this TAC data database and transferred it into the ServMan 01 database. So what I can do now is I can delete that so that it's not wasting space on my server, and we're done. If I were to reopen ServMan at this point, you would see that I now have updated data in there. And this is the process that we're hoping to automate through some kind of user-initiated script. Alternatively, you can follow this process through the steps in this video. Thanks.